I know a year ago I did a comparison between my TLSO brace and my first Rigo Cheneau brace, but I am now on my 5th overall brace, and I've been bracing for 2 years, so I thought it would be nice to do an update and compare all 5 of my braces for you. So let's dive in! So we're going to start with my first brace, which was the TLSO. Now, in my opinion, this was the hardest brace for me to wear. Mainly because it was my first brace, and I had all this pressure and force being applied to my body where it never was applied before. So I was constantly like, oh, this feels weird. Yeah, so it was pretty hard for me. And then also, I live somewhere where it gets really hot, and I got this brace in August. So I was constantly sweating because of all the padding in it. I'd just be like, can I take this off now? So, yeah. But one thing that I really did love about this brace was the color. I thought it had a very nice glossy finish, and I absolutely fell in love with this pink camo style. We're going to be moving on to my second brace, which was the Rigo Cheneau. Now, this was my first Rigo Cheneau brace, and I thought it was a lot easier to wear than the TLSO. Number one, because I was getting used to all that pressure and force being applied, so it was easier to wear braces in general. And number two, the plastic was a lot thinner, so that made it easier for me to move around in, and I really liked that. And number three, we only had padding under this underarm and this hip. And that caused me to sweat less in it, and because it gets really hot, that was a big plus sign for me. So that's what I liked about my first Rigo Cheneau brace. Now we are going to talk about my third brace, which was my second Rigo Cheneau. So this brace was a lot easier for me to wear because instead of having that padding on the hip, we got rid of it and only decided to have the padding under the arm. So that caused me to sweat less, so that was really great. Now, the straps on this brace were holding up really well, and I thought they were amazing, so yeah. One thing that I did think was a little weird, we decided to kind of lock my hips in place to get a correction on my bottom curve, so I did think that was a little weird at first, but then I eventually got used to it, and it was perfectly okay. I'm going to talk about my fourth brace, which was my third Rigo Cheneau. So, I'm super excited because I'd grown out of my previous brace, and I was getting this one, and I was like, finally a brace that fits. And also, we got rid of all the padding. So I was like, no more sweating, this is great. So you can imagine how excited I was. So fast forward to a couple of months, I'm doing great with this brace, and then I grow out of it. So to help me with wearing this brace while we wait for my new one, we added a little bit of padding over here, which I didn't really think made a difference, but we also added this little slip inside the brace to make sure that it wasn't digging into my skin. And I really liked that. I thought that was great. So now, flash forward, and I've gotten my 5th brace. This is my 5th brace. Now, as you can see, we have this kind of dent, and that is actually pushing into my body. And most of you might be right now like, oh my god, like, that's like insane. It was a little hard to get used to in the beginning, but now it's like just second nature. Like, I'm totally okay with it. So with this brace, again, we have no padding, which means, yay! So, also, I just find it a lot easier to wear, because it's just like bigger, and like it makes it easier on my body, like with all the pressure being applied. And then, yeah, so also we added this slip again, like to make sure it wasn't digging into my clothes, and that really helped. And I am just really in love with this brace, especially the color, because I've seen many people get this purple butterfly brace, and everybody's like sending me pictures on Instagram and through my email, and I'm like, oh my god, that looks so cool, I have to get it. And I'm like, you know, I'm gonna get it for this brace. So I did, and I absolutely am loving it, and I don't regret picking this color. So I hope you guys enjoyed this comparison of all 5 of my braces, and if you're looking for even more videos and blog posts, make sure to check out myspinesjustfine.com. I do have an interesting blog post on the way, so make sure you check out that. And also, if you have any questions or comments, make sure to email me at myspinesjustfine@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. Bye!